Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So, continuing again from where we left off. So, first we have Boss Harley. Uh, Nothing really in the modifiers, I guess. Whatever. So, we are going to use with the King Raven team. King with Fair and Knife, Raven and Power Girl with passive stats. Again, the same thing we are going to do. First, we will be stacking the Fair and Knife with King by doing his special one, which makes him unhittable. I mean, any special will make him unhittable. So we stack the Fair and Knife with that. Then we switch to Raven. That is the plan. So in this video, I think I messed up a few fights too. Like, we will get to that when those fights come. Yeah. But till then, this first fight this one was fine, not a problem here. So yeah, stacking Fair and Knife, we have got 12%. So now, right now, another thing, right now my Fair and Knife is at level 4, I think so. So I am upgrading it a little bit slowly. It's not the... It is taking some time actually. The reason I guess it's taking time is because I'm not opening any vaults right now, trying to save some keys. So because generally what I used to do before was I used to spend all the keys, and you do get the materials, the artifact materials also from the vaults. So and now I'm not getting those, so that is one of the reasons why upgrading Fair and Knife is taking some time actually. But it is fine. Now I think it takes 42 combos to stack it and total of 28%. At level 10 it will go to 40% and all, so that will happen. But it's fine. I mean, it's still a wonderful artifact, even if it's getting upgraded so slowly, it's fine. We can still make good use of it. Yeah, so now we have the stacks done. We have got the full stacks, and we have also got the Raven Darkness stacks. So, and now he'll be dead quickly. She will be dead quickly, I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. Let's move to the next fight. Okay, next we have EPI. And the team I'm going to use is Flawed Justice. Again, this not the same setup actually. So one change that I did is, instead of Puppet on Peacemaker, now I have passive stats on Peacemaker. The thing I was talking in the previous video, right? Like, I wanted to try this. Instead of using Puppet, I'm trying to use passive stats here, and let's see how it does. So yeah, this fight actually did not go as planned, and yeah, this is one of the fights that I messed up. So again, the same thing that we are going to do. First we stack Fair and Knife with Hawkman, then Black Adam to do his percentage health damage and super move, and then Peacemaker to get the peace shields. That is the thing. Now this fight, actually there was also a little bit of lag while playing, so that also costed me this fight actually. So the first part, there was no problem actually. Stacking Fair and Knife we did well with Hawkman. I did not face any problems while doing that actually. Stacking Fair and Knife with Hawkman also does not take a lot of time because he has, I think so, he has 3 fast attack hits or something. Yeah, he has 3 fast attack hits, so that helps. He stacks Fair and Knife relatively quicker than Aquaman, because Aquaman only has 2 fast attack hits, Hawkman has 3, so he stacks it faster. So yes, Fair and Knife is stacked, and here the problem that I was talking about, I don't know if it was the lag or what, but I actually failed to combo interrupt with Black Adam. EPI is like, she's not a very difficult character to combo interrupt, especially with Black Adam. When you have Black Adam, you can combo interrupt like almost anyone in the game. But I failed at that. I was not able to combo interrupt. So that was the one issue with this fight. Like, I was not able to do the percentage health damage fully, I guess. That was one problem. And second, the super move I was not able to do on higher combo. Like, I could have done it there on 33 combo, but I did not, and later on then I did it on a very low value. Yeah, 26 combo only. So that was one problem. And another problem, I think so, is like I actually did less damage with Hawkman after getting the full piece shields. And the reason I think could be is like, Puppet. Like, when I used this stream before, when you have Puppet on Peacemaker, you get damage against target stacks from Puppet, and they actually help. Sorry. They actually make you deal a lot of damage. Here I don't have Puppet, so you don't have the incoming damage stacks. So I think that is one of the reasons why Hawkman is not dealing the damage he did in the previous video. So yeah, the thing that I wanted to try was this only, that if they perform better with passive stats instead of Puppet or not. And I think we can say that they don't. That is one thing I found out here. And yeah, so this fight actually is gone now. We can't do a one shot from here. I mean, I still did good enough damage. It's not like we did not perform to all bad. And another thing, I also could have played it well. I'm failing at combo interruption also, you can see, because the damage is fine when Hawkman is dealing a good amount of damage. It's not bad, but many reasons actually costed this, like the lag, me not playing well, also not having Puppet on Peacemaker, all these things. Anyways, that was that. Let's move to the next fight. So next we are going to do a cleanup with a Blue Beetle who has nothing on him. Again, I don't have any gears, no build, nothing at all. So I'm using him with Grodd and Flash with Farron Knife on him. And I did one video with him, he did 1 billion damage in the same setup, exactly same setup. So I actually wanted to try him against a full health boss and get a one shot, but I just I just thought of using him here for a cleanup. So yeah, 132 million health. I mean, it's nothing for him. He can do 1 billion with this. So yeah, we are going with the cleanup here. Again, now with this guy also using Farron Knife is pretty easy, because he classic Flash gives you 4 fast attack hits. On top of that, if you do his third special of Blue Beetle, he gets 3 more fast attack hits. So it's like in total he gets 7 fast attack hits, which is a very big number, and if you do the special 3 first, you can stack the Farron Knife even quicker. Now here I stack the Farron Knife without doing the special 3 because it's not really required. You can still stack it pretty fast, and then once you get enough, it's like, what is it called, there are some evolution states of his suit. Basically when you get 3 evolution states, then you do a super move and you get something. I forgot what you get. And how you find that out, you can see there is some blue energy surges kind of thing moving on his suit. You can see that is the evolution state. When you have 3 evolution states, you do the super move and he gets something, I guess I forgot what, some fast attack chance or something, I guess I forgot. Anyways, so basically that is that. So that's what you basically do, that's how you play him basically. And then we have the next fight. We have Batman again, Puppet Batman I'm using after a lot of time, because my Puppet Batman can do a lot of damage because of his crit damage and stuff, all that things. He's tech class passive basically. So we have Bane with 700 million health, which is again very much in the range of Batman, pretty easy for him. Team setup, we are using Vixen here. Generally I would use either a Dr. Fate or Martian Manhunter, one of those. But I think the reason I did not use them is Martian Manhunter I did not use because I right now kind of using with Beast Boy. That is the reason I did not go with Manhunter. And Dr. Fate I could have used, but the thing is, like with Vixen, Vixen is also fine here, kind of better, because she gives you some extra attack or depending on the negative effects you have, and on top of that she will give you one negative effect which will help you activate puppet quickly. So I think she is a better alternative for Dr. Fate here, that's the reason we are going with her. And yeah, we have the damage pretty much, and we will be able to get a one shot quite easily. So yeah, so that's one shot we'll get out of him. And then after this fight, I made a mistake. I'll talk about it, what it is. So in this tier, the final boss of this tier, Joker, he has a thing where he summons prison inmates, Arkham inmates, and once you kill those inmates, they detonate a smoke bomb or something, poisonous hazard, whatever it is called, some gas bomb, some hazard basically, in the game terms. So that hazard, if you are in the hazard, you will lose all your positive effects or all the buffs that you have on you. And he will do something else also. I think his damage increases and some hazard duration also increases, I guess. Main thing is that his your buffs will go away, all of those. So you need to use a team who don't have buffs on them, basically, so then they won't get affected. So one counter for that would be Beast Boy, obviously, because if you use Beast Boy with Puppet, you are basically applying debuffs on the enemy. You don't have any buffs on yourself. So in that way, you are not going to get affected by that modifiers, that is one thing. So Beast Boy can be used. Another thing, I think what we can do is DC Universe Superman. Like if once he is unhittable, then he is also not going to get affected by any hazard or anything, so that is the best counter, I guess. So the problem is the mistake that I was talking about is this. Like boss Scarecrow here, he is a pretty normal boss. He does nothing, no crazy modifiers. So I could have used any other team against him, but I chose to use Beast Boy here. I don't know why. And later on I realized that I could have saved Beast Boy for the final boss, this Joker boss, That was the mistake I was talking about. I realized it later actually. And so the problem is, now I am going with League of Anarchy with Girl of Steel. Now the problem here again, Girl of Steel Supergirl will give you 400% damage buff. Now it is a buff. If you are in the hazard, you lose the 400% damage buff. That's the problem. Another mistake is that this boss is immune to stun and freeze. So Harley here is useless. I could have used someone else, Actually, I did not read the description properly. I did not know that he is immune to stun and freeze actually, So that hazard, you can see, once the inmate was killed, that hazard was spawned, and EPI did lose all the positive effects, So anyways, so what you can do is, for that, you can kill the clones or the inmates, you can say, not really clones. So those inmates we can kill by using ranged attacks, so that once they die, you are not inside the hazard. That is what we can do. And with EPI, you kind of do it. You can do it very easily, because the second special of EPI, I think she disables swipe attacks. So once swipe attacks are disabled, the enemy will not, come towards you quickly, and then you can do ranged attacks. Now you saw that, right? The way I killed that last inmate. So that is what you do. You do second special and then you do ranged attacks with EPI. Simple. That way you can, stay out of the hazard once the inmate is killed. So that is the thing. Yeah. But yeah, him being immune to stun actually costed this fight too. This is also not a one shot, you know. Actually failed here. I could have simply used DC Universe Superman here. Like these are the two mistakes. Two fights cost. It costed these two mistakes actually. I'm sorry, I messed up a little bit while speaking. What I meant to say is these two mistakes costed me two fights actually, two one shots here. I could have easily killed them. Like they are not very difficult. Like Joker also, you have when you have DC Universe Superman, it's not at all difficult. But I messed up. Another thing, Joker again is not the easiest one to combo interrupt. So I mean, see, I could have killed this fight. It's not like it is too difficult to not able to kill at all. But I also not played very well. You can see that my gameplay is not the best. I failed combo interruption multiple times. I basically, I mean, you can see the damage if you see really. This boss was very much killable. I had a one shot here. I messed up, but I messed up. Yeah, sloppy gameplay. No, I didn't play this best. I could have, but I failed. Yeah, because we do have the damage, but yeah, I could have played this better. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it went very close, I guess. It wasn't all bad. I could have killed this, but I messed up. Anyways, let's move to the next fight. So for the cleanup, I am using Superman. So yeah, you could use Superman against this boss and have a pretty easy one shot. This thing I realized once I started playing this fight. That's when I realized that I could have just used Superman instead of EPI and I could have easily killed him. But again, anyways, I can't really do anything about it, Yeah. So yeah, we have the same thing, once he is unhittable, no hazard is going to affect him. That's the logic. That's the thing we are going to see. So that's what you do. You first do the special 3 directly, and yeah, now no hazard is affecting him. He is unhittable directly. So that is the thing, that is what you do, and then it becomes a pretty easy fight, not at all difficult. Yep, this way, and he's dead. Anyways, this was the last part of the video. So actually we got only 5 kills today instead of 7. Anyways, let's take a look at the rewards and then we'll stop. Again, rewards won't be the best, but anyways, I guess, yeah. So this is the end. Thank you very much. Let's meet in the next video. Bye bye.